Welcome back to Subjectively Correct. I am Jake from R&R with Jake.
Cool, I'll do it. I'm Caleb. I host Final Take, as you know, because I'm cooler,
Sure.
and my Superman video is gonna be better than yours.
Honestly, your Superman video might be better than mine.
I, I actually, I'm actually pretty happy with it so far. I think the actual content in the video is some of my favorite I've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if you've ran into this problem at all. You can't use any B-roll from like the
Literally,
actual trailers and stuff,
no. I
or else
was
it just gets turbo blocked.
I was hoping we'd be able to use some of the stuff from the trailers because like a lot of the flight footage they
Well, that's the
changed,
problem.
but
Yeah.
like you still can't, even though it's different from like the actual movie
I'm
footage.
you can sometimes mess with it with like cropping and like flipping and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I honestly I'm not even bothering with that. I'm just using still frames. I'm just using pictures and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's all I'm gonna do. And then I
I
think
have one Man of Steel clip
I think what I'm gonna
and
end up
it's like 3 seconds long.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up doing like my first video is pretty much just like a plot breakdown and just like why the plot itself was bad, and then I'll probably do a comparison to like Christopher Reeve Superman and why that one was like just infinitely better in literally every way except for
Yeah.
except for CGI, but that was
Do you remember anything
47
about Man of
years ago.
Steel?
Yeah, I remember a decent amount about Man of Steel. I obviously most notably would be his dad dying.
Yeah. I was gonna use that clip, but I honestly like you can't
It's so
find it.
dumb.
It's not uploaded anywhere. Honestly, the clip of him dying is stupid. The dumber clip is when he just tells Clark he should let some kids die, maybe.
Yeah, that's like what?
Like he's just like, well, he doesn't actually say that, but he's
Yeah.
like, I understand what he's saying in the context of the scene, but it's like,
It's like
all
he
right,
did
bro,
just
really?
like let some
Really?
kids die.
He didn't let him. He was going. He said, should I have? And then Jonathan Kent's like, yeah, maybe. It's like, what?
It's like or just not.
Yeah. All right. Well, honestly, the first thing I do want to talk to you about is a plot that I'm sure we're both real happy with. I'm gonna share my screen real quick right here. So
Here, one sec. Let
we
me.
just come on over to here. Uh,
Here, one sec. I have to like accept the thing and then click back. Heyo, there we go.
Yeah, so Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 is reportedly in development.
Yeah,
Arguably the worst Star Wars project. And I know The Acolyte sucks, but The Acolyte is so dumb. Although it is Emmy nominated, I will say. Uh
sorry. Here,
like
can you repeat that? I had to fix your audio. There was a issue.
okay, this is arguably the worst Star Wars project to date. Like The Acolyte sucks.
Other than
Don't
the
get me wrong.
acolyte.
No, The Acolyte's bad. It's Emmy nominated though. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but you know what the Acolyte doesn't do? Destroy legacy character. Okay, it destroys Ki-Adi-Mundi, but that's like a character that
That's
us
just, like,
nerds know.
A little bit. Yeah.
This though,
That's not
bro.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, bro, Kenobi though. Like, do you remember how bad this show was?
Yeah, when it was coming out, I had to like gaslight myself into thinking it was like kind of okay, just so I could like
Bro,
survive.
all the hype, all it was because it came out the same weekend that Star Wars Celebration was ending.
Yeah,
So like, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen were walking out at Star Wars Celebration. Hayden Christensen was like, "This is where the fun begins," and everyone's going crazy.
yeah, I was
And
so
then the
hyped.
show
Like
comes out.
watching all the
And
interviews.
episode one,
and
you're
stuff.
like, okay, okay,
Like
all right,
it's starting slow, but that's fine. We have plenty of time. And the
all right.
main
I
thing
mean,
I was like,
there's 6 episodes, but you know, whatever. First one,
The-
all right,
the, f-
and
the
then it just goes straight off.
there's like 3 good scenes in the whole thing, and genuinely my like favorite thing that came out of the Kenobi show was literally just like the press that Ewan and Hayden did, where like they got to realize that fans like don't hate them anymore. That was literally the only like positive
All
thing.
right, what
for
about
me.
the car video from Ewan? Remember that one?
I don't.
The like preemptive strike against racist fans talking about
Yeah,
Riva.
I don't care.
He was like reading off a script. He was sitting in his car reading off a script, and it was like, I was like, bro, what they got you doing, Unc?
It's like, yeah, I like the one of Hayden specifically. I was like, oh man,
it was kind of nice to see that, but it's like
But also the show is just terrible.
this sucked. I was listening to an interview. There was a guy. He was talking to Star Wars Theory, and he was talking about. I think he was doing a Kenobi trilogy of movies,
Mm-hmm.
and they like took his script, and then they were like, "That's cool, bro." And then they just didn't hire him, and they hired someone else to make the show.
Yeah, because
I honestly
remember like
from what the guy was describing from the movies, I don't think it was that good. Just honestly, from what I was hearing.
yeah, I doubt it. I remember originally like when Solo was coming out that Kenobi was going to be a movie, and I was like, oh, that'll be cool. And then I was like, that should come out in like a year
Well,
or so.
also, that was
and then it was
still-
like
By then,
years later that
Yeah.
Kenobi actually came out,
and it sucked
and it was just terrible.
so bad. Not quite the worst thing they've made, but it's not great.
It's I think it's the biggest like straight up character assassination.
It's the biggest, not the biggest character assassination. That still belongs to Luke, I think.
well, yeah,
He was
that's
gonna
true.
he was gonna
That's true.
murder his nephew over a bad dream. Anyway, something that sounds a bit more fun. Ryan Gosling and Will Ferrell are gonna star in a new comedy called Tough Guys, and the story is gonna follow two henchmen who break free from the criminal underworld.
That would probably be good. That'll be a fun watch.
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be an amazing movie. I think it's gonna be hilarious though.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like exceptional. I think it's gonna be a fun watch.
Sounds like
for
the this
sure.
seems like it's gonna be the like an inverse of The Other Guys.
Yeah, the other guys
Like
is such a
of
funny movie.
Two cops instead of two cops, it's like two henchmen. So
Yeah,
that one's not that big a deal, but I just saw it while I was looking through other stuff. Shout out Culture Crave, by the way. I think it's a little bit of a lazy account, but it makes this stuff. It sorts it all for me, and I could just pull it up like this. So, moving on. There's been a lot of talk about how Fantastic Four is like Marvel's last chance, and completely slipped under the radar is that a show called Wonder Man is coming out. And apparently this guy, who, correct me if I'm wrong, is he from Spider-Man No Way Home?
I think that's the guy that interrogated him, right?
I think so.
I mean,
Why is this an announcement?
why even bother bringing him back?
I'm just gonna say, no one cares about Wonder Man.
No,
Like, no one, like, he wasn't even a popular comic character, so no one's gonna watch this show. No one watched Daredevil, bro, and you think someone's gonna watch Wonder Man?
and I don't know why that's an announcement. Bringing back like a guy who had like
Agent
a minute of screen time.
Moaide? He might have been in, like, Ms. Marvel or something, too.
I mean,
I don't know.
that's
I
like
didn't
I
watch
feel
it.
like
Or the Marvels.
I feel
Who
like
knows?
that's like bringing back the guy from Winter Soldier who just told who just basically said like, no, I'm not gonna launch the thing. It's like bringing that guy back for a prominent role in a show.
The guy who was that? Like, someone's like, they was pointing the
Yeah.
gun at. He's like,
Crossbows just
Captain's
pointing the gun.
orders.
It's like-
That guy.
Yeah, that's like bringing
Yeah,
him
that
back.
might be a better. That might be a better. I'd be more hyped.
I
want
want
to.
I want a Captain's Orders spin-off show for that guy.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about this guy is I remember the new Rockstars video circling his forearm saying it was Charlie Cox.
Oh yeah, I do
Um,
remember that.
Turns out it wasn't. It
He was
wasn't.
still
but
in the
Charlie
movie.
Cox was in that movie. Yeah,
That was
but
so funny that they just
I
circled the
think that's
wrong.
this dude's. I think that's this dude's most prominent role, Arian Moaid. Sorry if I mispronounced his name. As Agent Cleary. Yeah, I honestly don't even know what Wonder Man looks like, to be honest. I just know he wasn't ever popular.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't understand why he's getting a show.
I don't know. I mean, they made Ironheart, so I can't really question anything they do at this point. You kind of have to go.
Oh, speaking of which, does this look any better to you? It's a new look at the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four.
I mean, the CGI is.
Yo, look at this. Looks like a model. Am I crazy? This has got to be like Twitter,
That looks like a
like
mannequin.
compression, right? It looks like a miniature.
Yeah. Is that?
Can
It just doesn't
Zoom
look
in
good.
anymore? I know it. I mean, look, I'm already like female Silver Surfer is the dumbest possible decision they could make, and like for a movie that was already gonna have problems because like
Casting.
Pedro Pascal. So
and Johnny.
I mean, I don't know
Storm.
how much props he's gonna call, but he clearly doesn't look a thing like Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Is
But
that, I can't hear you. Is that on my end?
Yeah, I think that's on your end.
Okay. Well, That's awesome. I'm glad of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't hear a word you're saying.
Okay. Let me.
I think you're still talking. Like I can see
Okay. Can you hear
you're
me now?
yapping, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Well, 1 second then. Can you take my screen share down real quick? And then actually wait, I can do that. I forgot about that. I'm the one who's supposed to do that. Okay. Let me try to figure this out. You yap about some other stuff. Wow.
All right. Well, I just know in general, as far as like Silver Surfer, or as far as Fantastic Four as a whole, I'm just not really excited for the movie. I don't think it looks very good, and I think they're kind of doing the same thing Superman did, and they're just like dumping footage onto YouTube like every other day, and it's like, I mean, just make like an interesting, compelling trailer, and you won't have to like dump footage onto YouTube every single day to build hype for the movie. Like, go do what Infinity War did, do what Endgame did. Like, make 2 or 3 like phenomenal hype trailers, and you don't have to like release a new snippet or chunk of the movie so that we can piece together most of the movie beforehand. And then, like with Superman, you go in and it's like all of the moments that are supposed to be big, great moments are like the build up. You're like, oh, we're about to get this scene from the trailer. And you just kind of see them all coming. And it's like, yeah, it's still kind of a cool moment, but I've already seen it 25 times in 3 different like releases you've had, and then in a bunch of Instagram reels of people reacting to how cool your movie's gonna be. Like the shot of him saving the girl from the kaiju, like that's a great shot. I love that shot, but I saw it 29 times before I even got to the theater, and it's like, well, yeah, it's cool, but I mean, you've kind of like reached a point where I'm like, I've already seen that. I want to see him saving other people at this point. And then I don't know. I mean, that just happened a lot with Superman, and then Superman in general. It really just it wasn't all that great. It was kind of exceptionally mediocre. It didn't really it didn't do much for me. And the more I think through, like the more I go back and look through my notes, and like the more I actually think about, the plot and the characters and the writing and all that, it just gets worse. Right after the movie, I was sitting at like, this is probably a 7 out of 10. And then by the time I got to the car, I was like, yeah, this is looking like a 6 out of 10. And then the next day, I was like, it's probably a 5. It's probably a 5. And now I'm sitting somewhere between like a 5 and leaning towards like a 4.5, because it's just not really Superman. Superman is supposed to be like extremely powerful, and when he gets beat in a fight,
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear. Dude, what? Why can't I hear you? Why is it? This literally just happened.
I have no idea. Your audio's coming through fine. Um do you want to just make sure I'm not muted on Discord, or you're deafened or something like that? But yeah, anyway, Superman, like, he's supposed to win most of his fights, or like be stronger than most of the people he's physically fighting. And the tension that you get from his fights with villains for Superman is supposed to be from like he's trying to protect people and keep the villain from hurting people. And like with the kaiju, like he could kill the kaiju pretty easily, but he doesn't want to kill it because he doesn't want to actually hurt it. What?
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, and it does sound like it's coming through my mic, right? Not my AirPods.
Correct.
Okay, well, I don't know what's wrong with that, but my solution currently would just be to wear my AirPods instead. I don't know. What have you been talking about?
I was just talking about Superman.
Okay. Well, before we get to our Superman discussion, I just want to fly through a last couple of things. I'm gonna pull my screen back up here.
You actually might be going through your AirPods. I can't tell.
Um, hello, hello.
I can't hear you.
Now you can.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I am coming through my mic then. I'm probably just sitting further away because I had to get up.
Yeah. Okay. You're
To
better
go,
now. All right. And we're back.
How do you think that? All right. Sorry for all those loud noises. Okay, we were talking about this. Still looks horrible. Still a stupid decision, right?
Can you check your soundboard? It sounds like you sound kind of echoey. Is your reverb on?
Okay. No, I think it was just my gain. I turned it back up because you said you couldn't hear me.
All right.
Is it still echoey?
Keep talking.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, no, you're good now. All right.
Really, I'm all good.
Yeah, no, now you're reverbing.
Okay. All right. But yes, case in point, Silver Surfer, dumb decision,
Terrible.
and it looks bad. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you
I
have...
hope it looks better in the movie. Okay, even as dumb as a decision I think it is to have Shala Ball as your Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
I at least hope it looks somewhat passable.
I mean, I just don't know how you have worse CGI than a movie from the 2000s. That just doesn't make sense to me at all. Like,
Speaking of things that we hope are good, though. Oh wait, well here's this. You can talk about this.
oh my gosh, I saw that this morning. I'm so excited. Season 4 is already like voice acting has been complete for a while, like since basically when season 3 finished coming out.
Wait, season 4 is not even out?
No, season 4 is not out. Season 3 just finished coming out. I think the last episode was like start of March, I believe, end of February. But yeah, so that's been confirmed for a little bit. They're just finishing animation and sound effects and all that kind of stuff. And then this morning they announced that season 5 has not only been renewed, but that voice acting is also complete. This is hype.
Jake, what do you think of this guy? What do you think of this guy here in the replies? Only seen season 1. Are the rest any good?
I would say hurry through season 2 as fast as possible. It's still good, but it's...
Oh, what about this guy? A whole year for mid-animation.
All right, they're fixing the animation for season 4. The budget has been increased, especially in the animation department. The thing I'm mostly excited for is the Thrag casting. I hope they cast the guy from God of War who played Thor, because he would be freaking phenomenal. They haven't announced who it is yet. They're being pretty mysterious about it. I think they're probably going to gatekeep that until Thrag is on screen, which I think is the best way to go about it, because Thrag is awesome. Caleb has no idea what I'm talking about right now.
No, I don't. I've seen one episode.
Yeah, so Thrag is like the big bad in Invincible.
Yeah,
he'll come in season.
Let's not. We just we gotta move on a little bit. I know you want to. I know you can sit here and yap about Invincible all day, but
That'll be
we can do that at some point once I finish the show.
Yeah.
Speaking of things though that we hope is good, this is what I wanted to transition to earlier. Punisher, the special, is now filming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing it's gonna be like an hour long-ish. If it's like a special presentation and they're not just doing a movie.
Yeah, I think it'll be solid. The thing I'm most...
Jon Bernthal. The reason I think that one scene in episode 4 Daredevil is actually good is because Jon Bernthal like refused to do the character if he wasn't able to have input on his lines.
Yeah.
And I think he's writing most of this.
Yeah, which is good. The thing I'm most nervous about, well, not most nervous, but one of the things I'm pretty nervous about is if they kind of do the slow-mo action stuff that they did with him in Daredevil, or Daredevil Born Again. Not Daredevil, that's not actually Daredevil, it's a garbage show. If they do the slow-mo action stuff with him again for the whole thing, it's going to look terrible. And
I don't think it'll be the whole thing. It's an hour long.
I
we obviously got the setup at the end of Bored Again, where he shattered the dude's arm and then broke out in one of the... Somehow not the dumbest thing in that show, not even remotely close to the dumbest thing in that show. Like I said, Jon Bernthal. So this is interesting, though, because he is going to be in Spider-Man, Brand New Day, which comes out a couple months after that. Because I believe... I don't know how this is going to work. So Born Again, Season 2 comes out in March, I'd assume.
I think so.
2026. So it'll probably be the last season of Daredevil. Unfortunate as that is. Because But I mean, at this point, I just hope they stop touching it.
Yeah, I hope they
And
stop killing my favorite
I
character.
was assuming this was going to be before that, but now that they're just now filming, makes me wonder. So I'm wondering if this is more likely going to be a build up to Spider-Man Brand New Day. Then
It very well.
I don't know if there's going to
could
be any setup, maybe a post-credit scene or something.
But the thing is, it's also only an hour-long special presentation. That's basically just like a long episode of TV. So I don't think it'll take super long.
True. I mean, dude, they were turning around season 1 of Daredevil episodes in like 8 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had like 3 years to do Born Again.
It's almost like when
But,
you
so-
have clever people working with less money, it's better than when you just throw money at people who aren't good at their jobs.
Yeah, there's no CGI pigeons.
Yeah.
And so the main thing in Spider-Man Brand New Day, I guess this is technically spoilers. I don't know if this is like official information, but is that it's going to be Savage Hulk and Punisher like mind controlled by some villain. I think the villain hasn't gotten leaked yet, but that's been leaked out. So I'm wondering if like the end, like a post-credit scene will have set up for that or something. That's like the only thing I could realistically see.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this Spider-Man Brand New Day with Punisher in it and Daredevil Born Again around the same time. I don't know if they're going to be connected, how much they're going to be connected. I mean,
Sony doesn't want to work with Marvel on anything.
that's fair. But I also don't know how they're not going to be connected.
The reason Punisher's in it is because Sony wanted to do multiverse. Dumb decision. But Sony wanted to do multiverse, and Kevin Feige said no, but you can have a couple characters. Who do you want? So,
Yeah.
and that's why he's also not in Avengers. So I'd imagine also then Hulk won't be in Avengers, or was he already on the chair?
He might have been on the
Mark Ruffalo
chair
on the chair
live
stream.
stream. He might have been. I don't.
I don't think John Bernthal I know wasn't, and Charlie Cox wasn't either. But
Yeah.
I think we'll probably have a whole bunch of Daredevil stuff as we build up to season 2.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
So I'll save some thoughts till then. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic because John Bernthal is like the main creative on this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's also the showrunner from Born Again, Dario Scartapane, which isn't great for that, but he did showrun Punisher,
Yeah.
which is, I think, also why some of the Punisher stuff was better than the Daredevil stuff, because it's a character he's more comfortable with.
Yeah.
Not unlike James Gunn, you can clearly tell who he's more comfortable with.
Yeah. Not
Speaking
Superman.
of James Gunn. Speaking of James Gunn and chaos at DC, apparently Warner Bros. Is thrilled with Matt Reeves' script for the Batman 2. So,
I mean, what are they doing? Are they gonna do Elseworlds and have Batman or the Batman be like a separate universe? Are they gonna shove him in and incorporate that to the DCU? I don't.
James Gunn was hoping Superman would make $2 billion in the opening weekend so he could just fire Matt Reeves.
Yeah, and then it didn't.
At this point, with the Clayface movie, so the Clayface movie was supposed to be the Batman universe, apparently, and now they've moved it to DCU. So,
Have they decided?
and Penguin's the best thing DC has made in years. So at this point, I'm like, okay, are they just gonna? At this point, just merge them? Like,
I feel like at this point they kind of need to
I
merge them. I doubt.
I don't want them to, but I also think that's a smart decision to have Matt Reeves come on next to James Gunn as like the co-creative for DC.
Yeah.
That way there's a little bit of parity between the wild brain that James Gunn has.
Yeah. Versus like actual calculated, intelligent filmmakers.
I mean, James Gunn can do that. It's clear what his strong suits are, and it's clear where his pitfalls are.
Yeah, he has a very specific style, and it just isn't Superman, and it
But yes,
really shows.
So
I don't.
Robert Pattinson, I think, is going to be in this, Dune 3, and I think the Odyssey, maybe?
Was it the?
It's like all three.
Was it the Odyssey?
Is
I
it
thought
that
it was
or
something
something
else. I thought it was a different.
I just know it's 3 massive movies
Yeah.
back to back to back.
I think
and
it
they're
is the Odyssey.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Also, speaking of the Odyssey, John Bernthal's in that. Did you
Yeah.
see it sold out already? Like they put on tickets for the 70mm IMAX showings for Odyssey like a year in advance, and they sold out within like 2 minutes.
I mean, dude, it
Because
looks
the 70
good.
millimeter, well, the 70mm is like that was like the theaters that have like, there's like 15 in the world. It's like
Yeah.
there's one near us, but
Yeah.
we just can't get tickets.
Yeah,
It's
we're
all
not.
sold out.
Yeah, but
It's like the technical biggest screen you can see those IMAX movies on. It's like Oppenheimer. It was a big deal.
yeah, I think it looks really good. Like they obviously didn't show a lot, but from what they did show, I think their castings
It's
are all
Chris
going to be
Nolan.
good, and it's
Well, of course, the
Christopher Nolan.
casting is good. It's Chris Nolan.
Yeah,
The casting is good.
yeah, but like I feel like the only things people really complained about were Tom Holland because he's in a lot of stuff now, but I thought he looked great.
I don't even get that. Tom Holland's not in that much stuff.
He's really not, but people act like he's
It's
in
not
everything.
like Zendaya was, where Zendaya was in freaking everything, and Pedro Pascal's in everything, and Timothy Chalamet showing up in a lot of stuff. It's like,
Yeah,
I feel like I only see Tom Holland in Spider-Man, and then he does like random Broadway shows.
yeah, he's not in that much. I think people are more tired of like because Zendaya's been cast so much, and they're dating, and
And
then
they're
they were like,
engaged.
yeah, so it's like people
Yeah, he just gets
associate.
kind of grouped in, and he looks like he's 12, and he always will, even though he's 30.
Yeah, it just ages.
I think he's 29.
He just hasn't aged. He looks exactly the same as he did in Civil War.
And they still rushed him out of high school, bro, in Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like, dude, he looks like he's in high school still, or he
Yeah,
looks
I
like
don't-
he's in his
I want
20s. Maybe
Spider-Man to be in high school. They rushed him out because those movies, the timeline's horrifically off.
8 years later.
DC is fast tracking Wonder Woman,
That's
which is
good.
no duh.
Like you should have already been
Why
doing
do
that.
you have to fast track it?
That should be the
You're
next.
launching
movie.
a DC universe.
Your first 3 movies should be Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. That should be the first 3, not in any
Which
particular
technically
order.
you can technically now retcon it so that it is the Batman
You could.
Penguin. It's gonna be so weird because it's the Suicide Squad, the Batman, then
Peacemaker
then
season
Peacemaker. No, Peacemaker season 1.
Oh yeah,
Then
Peacemaker
the
season
Batman,
1.
sorry. Then Penguin, then Creature Commandos, and then Superman. If they were to like retcon it so the Batman universe was all merged. That's funny. And technically, if the Suicide Squad was canon, then you'd have to watch the original Suicide Squad as well.
It's so bad.
But yes, this shouldn't need to be fast tracked. This should be coming out instead of Supergirl.
Yeah, it should have been like top 3 priority. And then before
Literally
Supergirl,
top 3.
Lantern should have been before Supergirl.
Well, Lanterns is coming out before Supergirl. It's coming out.
Is it?
It's either into. I just saw they wrapped filming
Oh, okay.
a couple days ago.
Okay, well that's good.
So
That's good.
I mean, it's focused on the other guy. It's not Hal Jordan though.
It's John.
Yeah. Stewart.
Yeah, John Stewart, and then Guy Gardner will also
Is
be.
it John- is it- wait, hold on. Are we sure it's John Stewart? Because
It-
that's the name of a comedian.
It's John Stewart.
Okay.
I'm
Well, just
95% sure it's John Stewart.
I feel like that's right.
I'm
but
less
now
well
I'm not
versed
too
in
sure.
deep in DC comics.
Yeah.
Give me some.
I know-
Give me some
I know a lot.
Invincible
I know
comic
Batman.
questions, and I'll cook.
My comics knowledge with DC, like I know the characters, but it pretty much stops at like actual comics knowledge is Batman. I've read more Batman than anything else.
Yeah.
I've been reading Absolute Batman.
Yeah.
It's pretty fire so far. It's nice to have like a new comic that doesn't suck
Yeah.
because all the other new comics are trash. Absolute's weird though. It's an Elseworld story. It's real
Isn't his
strange, but
mom
it's-
still alive?
Yeah,
In-
Alfred's like a secret agent, and his best friends are Edward Nigma, Harvey Dent, Oswald Cobblepot. It's like all of his villains are like who Bruce Wayne's best friends were.
Oh, that.
And he's also like he's not a billionaire.
So he's just like a dude.
Yeah, he seems to have a lot of money now, but like his dad was like a teacher, and his mom was something else. I don't know.
Interesting. Sorry,
But I think his mom about to start hooking up with James Gordon. Not gonna lie, seems like it's building towards that.
I always see
Right.
like the
The
picture.
art looks insane.
I always see
I
the
haven't even
picture
gotten
of
to like
him like
Bane in them yet.
I just see like the one of him punting the kid and then like him gouging
That's
somebody's
like-
eyes out with his like with the ears, and it's just
Yeah, he
like
shot Alfred in the head.
yeah, there's just like loving mother at home. By the way,
It's literally it's like what Zack Snyder was trying to do with freaking Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah.
Like the branding and then the just straight up shooting guys. That's what Absolute Batman's doing. Except Absolute, it's like he shot Alfred in the face, and then Alfred just like, oh, you made my shotgun non-lethal.
What?
And that makes no sense with context, but it's like Alfred's like Alfred is not Batman's like butler.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Okay.
It's very Elseworlds, but it's very good.
I should read it.
I'll
get to that.
Yeah, well, you can't. Yeah, you have to be on DC Unlimited or whatever because it's new.
Alright.
Or I guess you could technically buy them all in a comic shop. But now that we're talking about DC, the main thing that I want to talk about, and we can't talk about that long. I know you got to run, but
I got a little bit.
is the box office for Superman. So Superman grossed 17 million at the domestic box office on Tuesday. It's the biggest Tuesday of the year, which first off, that's not a real achievement.
Biggest Tuesday of the last 6 months. Like,
And also it's like there's no competition for a movie that would have a big Tuesday.
yeah, no, who releases on a Tuesday?
I will say the one thing that's kind of impressive is most theaters do like $5 tickets for Tuesdays.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
like
true.
they might have sold a lot of tickets for this.
It could have, technically. I don't.
Maybe. Low-key, that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Here's a Grok summary of some other Tuesdays. I don't know how this compares. So this is before this it was Far From Home, Force Awakens, and Amazing Spider-Man. Apparently,
Oh, so
so those are like the all-time tops. And you can see it's like drastically lower than this.
like half. Less than half.
Yes, less than half. But it's like, and in fairness, these are Far From Home is a big deal because it was the first movie after Endgame.
Mm-hmm. So it
It
did
sucks, but it's the first movie.
It's not good, but it did well.
The Amazing Spider-Man on here is insane to me.
There was hype around it though, because it had been so long since the last
but
Spider-Man.
for Tuesday,
It's Spider-Man.
but does that mean like?
And that was, like-
it had a. I don't know that much about the box office. Like, did it have a slow first weekend, and then everyone, but like there was good word of mouth or something.
I think so, because it was like that was.
But like a Tuesday, it's got to be a holiday fell on that day or something.
You got to think though, like that was like MCU was still building up, so the excitement for superhero movies was off the charts.
I think this
and
would
then,
have been.
and then
it
we-
wasn't that. I mean, this was still pre-Avengers, so it wasn't as hype yet.
yeah, but it was like after Iron Man, after Captain America.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
So hype was building,
it was
and it was
still-
Spider-Man though. Like it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's like superhero movies were kind of popular, but it still wasn't like mainstream. It didn't really go mainstream. I feel like until
After Avengers.
Loki, like Black Panther. Loki is when I feel like it became like
Yeah.
mainstream though.
That
It was probably before Black Panther, but like Black Panther was the first movie where like people I know who weren't like superhero fans were like, "Yo, I went and saw Black Panther."
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like, and then obviously Avengers: Infinity War came out, and
Everybody and
Captain
their mom
Marvel
saw
broke
it
$1 billion. But yeah, so
somehow.
highest Tuesday, and the box office has been like, it's been so domestically it did 155 million, which is like
But it's decent.
that's about what was projected, and this is getting it's like it's the highest Superman whatever, and it's not. You got to
Inflation.
adjust for inflation. You're just lying if you don't adjust for inflation. The real metric should be tickets sold.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, because I think it's Gone with the Wind is like easily the highest grossing movie of all time adjusted for inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, bro, I haven't even seen Avatar, so I can't call it a piece of trash film. But all I know is that it looks nice and no one talks about him.
I guess that's
Like-
technically fair.
like,
I mean, it's also.
I'm just saying because like, so, like, bro, it's like you look at
16
that
years
list,
old.
it's but you look at that list, it's like Avengers Endgame, it gets talked about.
Yeah.
It's still like, and it's not like and people aren't like, oh, it's the greatest movie ever made, but it's like people still talk about Avengers Endgame, and they talked about it for months. It's like Avatar came out and it was super big. Avatar 2 came out and it made just as much money, a little bit less, and it was like, dude, I didn't hear a thing about that movie.
Well, the second Avatar was just. It was like the story was way worse. It was. I mean, it was visually like one of the most
Papyrus.
beautiful movies I've ever seen. What?
It's got the papyrus font. The whole thing is it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks phenomenal. The action's fun. All the like the creatures and stuff. Like it's cool because you get to explore Pandora with the characters in both movies. So you get to kind of like discover things as they discover things. So it's fun. The story isn't necessarily the greatest thing of all time. It's kind of like the first one's just Pocahontas, basically. It's like space Pocahontas.
Well, clearly it doesn't matter what the story is. If you take a look at number 3 here on the worldwide list of what the biggest movie of the year is, it's a Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Mission Impossible. Number 2 is Lilo and Stitch.
It's crazy.
And the Lilo
that-
and Stitch is like drastically changed from what like the story of the original was. Like she just straight up abandons her sister in the end of Lilo and Stitch in the live action. Either way, point is, Avatar 3 comes out at the end of the year. It's gonna make $2 quadrillion, and no one's gonna talk about it 2 days after it comes out. But it's somehow everyone in the world will go watch it once somehow. The biggest problem with Superman. So
I'll
this
watch it.
domestic one. The domestic one is a decently impressive number. This is a disaster internationally.
Yeah, it's not
It
good.
did 95 million, which okay, 95 million is a lot of money. Like
It's a lot of money.
but
For
bro, like,
Superman,
this thing's not gonna make anywhere close to $1 billion.
oh,
95 million? What? It didn't release in China. I guess. Apparently, it didn't release in China, so that doesn't help it. China box office is like fake numbers, to be honest. But like in Europe, this thing didn't do all that well. Did great in the UK. Did pretty good in South Korea. But it's like, okay, this movie's not gonna make $1 billion. Here's why: Aquaman, a movie that should never make $1 billion. I like the first Aquaman. It should make $1 billion.
No.
It made $1.152 million
that's because there's
because
still
it had
hype.
816 million internationally.
Yeah. It
Dude, this made more money than Man of Steel. Like, which is in the same universe as this. It probably, I'd have to look, but it probably made more money than Justice League.
I mean, I would think so. Justice League was horrible.
Or Justice League.
Justice League was a horrible movie. The Snyder Cut was like
It's better.
500
look at this. It
million
made
hours
200
long.
It made 290 million in China, which that's fake. That's fake
That's-
money. That's
I-
not real money.
How do I don't. That's
Studios get like
insane.
20% of. Well, studios get like 20% of that money.
Yeah, they didn't make.
China keeps almost all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like this is bad to only have 95 million. Like even Thunderbolts, which is a movie that a lot of people liked. I think it sucks.
It was terrible.
But a lot of people like this movie. It did 189 domestically over its lifetime, so pretty bad already. But it still did almost 200 million internationally.
I don't know how people like Thunderbolts, honestly.
Okay, but that's not even the point.
But
The
it
point
did
is, it's like,
double Superman's international.
internationally. It did this much because like the second weekend drop offs for superhero movies is like 50%.
And that doesn't make sense to me because casual fans don't know who the Thunderbolts are. And any person on Earth knows who Superman is. They know what Kryptonite is. They know probably who Lex Luthor is. Like,
Well,
Everyone
it still
knows
applies.
Superman.
If you go anywhere in the world and tell people to name 4 superheroes, they're gonna name
Superman, Batman,
Superman,
Spider-Man.
Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Man.
Yeah.
And Iron Man will be hit or miss depending on the place. But now
Yeah.
because of
Iron
the
Man-
MCU, it'd be Iron Man.
Now it's Iron
Before the MCU stuff, it was Superman, Batman, Spider-Man.
Man. And that was like,
If you told them
That
to
was
name
it.
Marvel, if you told them to name Marvel, they would have said Superman, Batman, Spider-Man because people didn't know the difference then.
yeah.
People still don't really know the difference.
And if they
but-
if they did know
That's
the
why it's like-
difference, they'd say Spider-Man, Wolverine, Hulk probably back then.
yeah, it'd be X-Men characters.
Yeah.
And like it's like, so one thing that was kind of notable about this Superman movie is like it wasn't in any way inherently patriotic, which is kind of a big thing with like
Truth,
Superman's
justice, and the
character.
American way.
yeah, and I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's like the reason to me that they would cut that out would be because they want to avoid like scaring off international markets. I mean, where is it? We saw that with Brave New World. You had freaking Anthony Mackie's. I like Anthony Mackie. The idiot said that Captain America represents a lot of things, and he doesn't
America
think
isn't one of
America
them.
is one of them.
It's like
Like, do I even need to explain
you-
why that sentence is the dumbest thing to say possible?
Yeah, it just
Like,
doesn't
I understand he
make
was in
sense.
like Europe, and I know what he's hinting at. The point is, it's like,
That statement in
dude,
and of
yeah,
itself is just stupid.
yeah, they're gonna be like, the name's Captain America, what?
Yeah.
But this movie wasn't patriotic really in any way, and
No.
it did somewhat, but it's like, you know, a movie that was very patriotic and made a lot of money. I don't know if it's. I don't know if I'm gonna get to come up. Top Gun Maverick, bro.
Because it was just a
You
good
can't-
movie.
You can't tell me this movie isn't patriotic. There's a scene of freaking Tom Cruise standing in front of a ginormous like American flag. So domestically, this thing had the greatest legs of all time. It made $718 million domestically,
Yeah.
which is like an insane number.
I mean, it just had insane word of mouth because people would go see
the
it
UK,
and they were like, okay, you have to
$103
watch it.
million. Like, dude, look at the opening in the UK, 26 million, and it did 100 million gross.
Yeah.
And it was also in theaters for like 300 years.
But
And this
I
movie
mean-
didn't come out in China.
Yeah. I mean, it
But
was
you know
just-
what?
That's
But even this patriotic thing, it's like, if you make a movie overly patriotic or like overly pro-America, okay, first off, it might seem as like propaganda, whatever. You know where that does really well? In countries that don't like China, like Japan and South Korea. Look at it. This movie did nothing in South Korea in its opening weekend. It had $42,000. It grossed $61 million in South Korea.
I can't even do the math on like how many times over that is that it just from word of mouth.
Japan, 6 million, which is good. It did 101 million.
What was its overall? How many billion?
Overall box office numbers?
Yeah.
1.4. So almost 1.5.
Yeah.
But
it
like,
just did
it is worth
solid
noting.
everywhere.
it is worth noting this movie was in theaters for 3,000 years.
Yeah.
I saw it like 7 times. I think I
Yeah.
saw it 7 times.
I saw it like
I think I saw it
twice.
in IMAX twice. I saw it in Dolby Atmos twice. I saw it normally once. So maybe 5 times.
It's
I saw it a lot.
honestly, it might be my most fun movie theater experience ever.
I wouldn't say that just because some of those Marvel ones were like a lot more of a fun theater experience for me.
That's
but like
true. It's
as
like
far as like
top-
entertainment value in a theater, like movies made to be watched in a theater, it's this and like Oppenheimer for me.
Yeah, I agree. But it was
Like I
just
haven't watched
good.
Oppenheimer at home, and I'm probably never going to be honest. It's not that it's a bad movie. I just don't think it'll look that good at home.
I'll
but I
probably
haven't watched
watch
this
it
at home really
once.
either.
I've watched it
It
like
just doesn't hit the same.
I've watched it like 2 or 3 times at home.
I've seen it once at home actually. It doesn't hit the same. It's still really good because it's still basic plot. That's very good.
Yeah.
But the point is, I'm making here is it's like a movie. Like, okay, if you don't want to include the patrioticness of Superman because you don't want to scare international markets, that's kind of stupid. Because that movie was super patriotic and it did so well in Japan and South Korea.
Mm.
Like, look at these numbers in Japan and South Korea. Maybe this will have the greatest legs since Top Gun Maverick. You think Japan's getting 98 million more out of this? I mean, this thing's gonna be on HBO Max in 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's just not gonna have the same legs. Nothing. I mean, it's pretty rare for a movie to have that kind of legs. Basically unheard
It's
of.
literally the greatest legs of all time.
Yeah,
there
I
will
mean-
never be another movie like that. The closest I think we've had was this year, probably with Sinners domestically.
Yeah, because it was
It
just
did 48 million in its opening, and it grossed 278 million. It didn't do anything internationally.
Yeah, because
But this is kind of what it feels like Superman's on track for. If you like look at these numbers,
it's pretty.
it'll be a little bit better than this. But like, I don't know that it's gonna make that much more than 278 million domestically.
Maybe 3.
It's a superhero movie, and I think it gets worse the more you think about it.
Yeah,
First weekend is all the fans who have been heavily anticipating going to see it. They're like, "Oh, it's Superman!" So they watch it, and they're like, "Yeah, it's the greatest thing ever. This is the best movie since The Dark Knight. It's better than The Dark Knight. It's better than '78 Superman. It's like, and then you think about it for like 15 seconds, and it just starts to get worse and worse. So it's like those people see it, and then the people who just heard it was like a great movie are gonna watch it, and they're like, "It's okay.
yeah. I think my
fun.
exact
I had some fun."
like exactly what I've told everybody who's asked me about it was basically just like, yeah, no, you don't need to watch it. It just when it comes out on streaming, give it a watch when you feel like it, but
It's a streaming movie.
don't bother seeing it in theaters. It's just not necessary.
Yeah, it's a streaming movie.
Like we saw it in IMAX and it was like, yeah, it's all right.
I watched it. I've seen it normal and in IMAX. It was so much worse in IMAX.
Really?
It's the only time I've ever thought that about a movie.
I guess because of
Dude,
the
I was
fish
feeling
eye.
like I was gonna get sick, dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the fish eye, it was the action. I just felt like I was gonna get sick watching it. I don't get motion sickness.
Yeah.
It's the only movie in history that I've ever like seen it in both IMAX and normally, and I was like, I wish I hadn't seen that in IMAX.
I mean, that's just
It might have also just been because our screen was so big, but like,
I mean, it was huge. That one
but, like,
tiny.
still, I shouldn't want to not see a movie in IMAX.
Yeah. It should be like you see it normally and
shouldn't-
you're like,
I
I wish
shouldn't-
I'd
even
seen that in
then, I
IMAX
shouldn't-
while I had the chance. Not.
I shouldn't leave the theater going. That watching it in IMAX made it worse. I would at most want to be like, that was no different than IMAX. Like genuinely, when I left my second viewing of Superman, I was like, I enjoyed the movie less because at this point, all the jokes, none of them are funny because I've seen the first one.
hmm
So like even those ones that were kind of funny, which there already was like a noticeable lack of that. And then, dude, like I was unironically like, I should have just not seen that in IMAX. But like this movie, so the Rotten Tomatoes scoring is like in the 90%, which I actually didn't know this about Rotten Tomatoes. Apparently, that's not like the average rating is a 90%. It's like 90% of the ratings are a positive review. So if 90% of the ratings are a 6 or a 7, it'll have a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
So it's like aggregating it, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
Which I didn't know that about it.
No, I didn't know that either.
And they don't really make that clear.
No.
Also, it's a pain to review movies on Rotten Tomatoes now.
yeah, it's like.
You have to connect your like Fandango or Fandango, whatever
Yeah.
account, and like prove you purchased the ticket.
Yeah, it's dumb. It sucks.
But yeah, that is interesting to me because it's like I feel like most people who have a brain and they're not like the internet, Twitter people who are like, "This is the greatest movie I've ever seen," are like, "That's a 6 out of 10. That's a 7 out of 10."
Yeah.
So like I could see the majority of the reviews being like 7 out of 10.
Yeah. What's funny is if I'm remembering correctly, I think Ironheart did better with critics on Rotten Tomatoes than Superman did. It was like 86%.
No,
and
critics
Superman,
have it. Critics have it nuked.
Superman or
Critics have Ironheart at like 40%, 60%.
okay, I remember it was
It
at
started at like
86.
it started at like 30% for the fans because like there are like 3 people who review bomb. Did you get the big email drop that we were supposed to go review bomb Ironheart?
Oh,
I must have missed that.
yeah, I think I missed that one when they told everybody to review bomb it. I think what really happened
Well,
was
so-
just the show was terrible, or
No.
no. Oh no, I did get that email telling us to review bomb the show. I did get that.
Okay.
I forgot.
Here's a good. So this is the last James Gunn movie. That managed to. It had great legs. It had a relatively poor opening weekend.
Yeah.
118 million, which is 40 million less than Superman. They don't freaking Box Office Mojo doesn't really help me out with this. So I don't know what the international opening was. It's solid. But overall, I mean, apparently did great in South Korea. In Japan, that seems like where they're losing a lot of money now. This thing had great legs and it had really positive word of mouth, and it legged out to 358, but it still did super well internationally.
Yeah.
Like Superman is not doing good internationally.
Yeah. And it's
And if you look at the world,
it's not like
what were you saying?
super. It's not like an American movie. Like it's not made to be an American movie. It's just made to be a movie. And
Which is fine. It can be good.
yeah,
Like, that can be fine. But
but it just wasn't
okay,
good.
If you look at this list, like just look at this list. Number 1 is Naja 2. This doesn't count. This is a China movie. Okay, they might have genuinely like forced all their citizens at gunpoint to go watch this movie and buy a ticket. I apparently it is good. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. But as you can see, like all the money came from China. They've reported 1.862 million, which is where literally all the money came from.
Yeah.
So, take with that what you will. I don't count it when I'm looking at like top of the box office. So, maybe you should, but to me, I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure, bro.
Your movie made $500 trillion.
Just the plus 2 million social credit score. Uh, Lilo and Stitch is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is this thing not gonna break $1 billion? Dude, it might not. I thought this was like shoo-in for it. It might have another weekend though, so it might be able to stretch it out.
Yeah.
Which like, dude, if this doesn't break $1 billion, I think it's only gonna be $1 billion movie this year. It's gonna be freaking Avatar.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Superman's not
Jurassic
even
World very well
close.
still could. This still could. These movies always make money, which
Somehow. I don't
gosh, there's nothing less deserving than that. But
They've only gotten worse over time, too. It's not even like the original Jurassic Park, which was like good.
it's just fun. It's just fun. No, the original Jurassic Park's amazing.
Yeah, it's like what good.
Yeah, it's like amazing. Like incredible.
Yeah, it's good.
Like there's freaking story and like
Yeah, like,
characters.
It's like they have arcs and they all like changes. Like they're not the
Hey,
same
no,
people
no,
they
no,
were at the start.
You just can't have fun. You just can't have fun, huh? You just can't watch dinosaurs. You just can't have fun.
Velociraptor.
Same, bro. It's the same thing with Superman, honestly, where it's like, you just can't have fun. It's a comic book movie. It's supposed to be dumb.
It's like it's not supposed to be dumb. It's Superman.
No, okay, yeah. Oh, you never read comics?
Yeah, somebody's never read a comic book. You've never read a comic book. What are you talking
Comic
about?
books are stupid, bro. Comic books are literally stupid. Do you not read comics?
It's a comic book movie, though.
I went to Marvel Wiki. I know they're stupid.
I saw bits of comics on YouTube Shorts, so I know what I'm
flipped
talking
through.
about.
Okay, it looks pretty cool. Absolute Batman looked cool.
All right, I'm gonna have to head
you gotta
out.
go.
Yep.
All right, well, let's just wrap this up real quick.
Yep.
It shouldn't take too long. Point that we've gotten kind of round about it. Superman is not doing great in the international box office. Domestically, it did pretty good in its first weekend. Second weekend drop off. Not great with superhero movies. Usually 50%, 60%.
Yeah.
We'll see if the word of mouth is as positive as I feel like it could be, but I also feel like it's been like, yeah. So keep an eye on this. And it also Fantastic Four is coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got one more
Not
weekend on its
excited
own
for
in
that at all,
IMAX.
but-
It's got one more weekend in IMAX, but there are people excited for it.
Yeah, there
It's
are
the next
some.
Marvel poop.
There
so
are some.
people always get excited for the next Marvel poop. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a. I'm gonna take away my screen share so we can wrap this out.
All
But
right.
I mean that's all I got from that. So
Yeah, that's all I've got. Stay tuned for our Superman videos. Mine will be here on my channel in the next couple
mine
days.
hopefully should be out today. I'm gonna finish it today. I don't know if it'll be out today.
Check
I'll wait
out
till tomorrow. But
the final take for Caleb's video.
also, Final Take Live. I just started it. Link isn't in the description here. It'll probably be in my video's description. I'll be live streaming. So, we'll see. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm gonna do, but that's all I got.
Be
So
ready
I'm
for
working on my Superman video. Stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm. That's all I got.